Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of The Sauce with Kenzie Taylor. And today I have
Nathan Bronson.
Oh, that was hot.
In the sauce.
What's the sauce, Nathan? Tell me. What's the sauce of the day?
The sauce of the day today is a nice I know this one. Chimichurri. For all your red beef needs, you put that over it, and it's just good.
Ooh, yeah.
Straight
Nathan,
from Argentina.
For those who have been living under a rock, can you please tell people what you do?
Oh, that's a deep.
All of the things.
That's a deep question. You mean what most of my money comes from?
Yeah.
Obviously the oil refinery off Long Beach. That's really good. No, I do. I sling dick.
Yes.
I've been doing that for 6.5 years. November, is that half a year? Did you say?
I think
6.5 years now.
Yeah.
And it has been one interesting ride.
Very interesting.
Yeah. She was actually one of the first people I met that I really enjoyed being around. I hadn't done a scene yet. No, I did it like I think it was 2 Nuru scenes before my first AVN. Mm-hmm. And I met you at, what was the restaurant at the Hard Rock that was like the diner? Lucky's?
Was it Mr. Lucky's?
Yeah, it was Mr. Lucky's, right?
Yeah.
So I met you at there.
Such a shit show, that place.
But no, this was the good part. It was Mr. Lucky's. It was you and black girl Anna something. Anna Fox.
Oh.
No, not Anna Fox. No. God damn it, I can't remember her name.
Jenna Fox.
Jenna Fox.
Yes.
There we go. Had it almost
There's
right.
2 Foxes.
Yeah, 2 Foxes. And you were at the table with me, and I remember it was Randy who brought me over there. And I'm sitting there, I'm new, and you're talking. We were talking about Pennywise or some punk bands.
Yeah.
And then Brad Knight comes over, just bitching up a storm. He's like, "Why don't you want to walk down the carpet with me?" And I was like, and I was just sitting there as the new guy. I was like, this guy looks like a dick. And it continued that way through the time he was in the job with me. He's a fucking asshole.
Yeah. I did not walk the carpet with him. Yeah. I was like, no. That was actually my first AVN.
That was your first one?
Yeah. So I've been
You're
in
doing way
7
better than me
years.
then.
So literally you got in like 6 months after I started, or a few
shit.
months after. Yeah. So,
Oh.
but yeah, I did not want to walk the carpet with him. And I was like, after I did walk the carpet by myself, I was like, I'm out. And I just dipped. I didn't even go to like the show or anything, because it was just kind of pointless at that moment in time. You know, I hadn't done a lot. So I was just like, I don't know. I don't feel like sitting in AVN by myself.
Yeah, it's kind of a boring, lonely thing if you're doing it by yourself, especially the first time. If you don't have like a group of drunk girls to go with. And I'm not talking about the guy. I'm talking about if you came in as a girl and you don't have any friends there. It's like,
I'm like, okay, cool. So but that was fucking hilarious that you remember that.
Oh, I have pictures of it somewhere where you and
you were so nervous. I remember like when you first, like probably your first like 6 months to a year, I feel like you were really nervous, and like I always remember just talking to you like, dude, you got this.
Well, it's like I didn't know what to do. It's like I don't like you're put into a completely different thing than you used to. You know, it's like I remember my whole life changed very drastically. I was in a kitchen for 7 years, right? Mm-hmm. And I was training parkour all the time, and then all of a sudden I got a job to work at Universal Studios, and so I got that job and then got into porn at the same time because I needed extra money. And then porn for the first 2 years, I was getting like no work. And
what were you doing at Universal?
I was doing the special effects stage. I was the guy who got lit on fire. Well, I was technically 2 things there. I was number 3, number 2. I was the guy who got kicked in the face at the beginning, and I was the guy who got lit on fire. And I was also in the raptor encounter, so I was in that giant raptor suit.
That's dope.
It was fucking horrible.
Really?
I almost passed out so many times.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's a very painful suit, and after doing 6 months of that, I had to quit because it was just my back was hurting. I could barely walk upstairs. It was rough. Yeah.
That's great. Do they make you wear stilts with that?
You're kind of on stilts. Think of like platform shoes, so you're at an angle like that, but it's also about that big of a foot, so you're having to walk kind of like wide-legged and in a kind of a horse stance. Inside the body you're like this, and so you're controlling the mouth and everything through a stick and controllers right here. So there's 2 controllers here with 2 buttons, and you're just
definitely didn't get paid enough.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
No. There's no
what do they get paid? Is it just minimum?
No, it's you usually get, for back then it was you got paid per show, then it got changed to hourly, but it didn't really they kept telling us because the stunt department there is a lot different than the than the rest of Universal. And honestly, it could be very well changed because the management has changed a handful of times. So I might be, I'm not talking shit on them. Most of the guys, your management are
your
not
experience.
Guys. But my experience was they changed over from show, and I remember, I think it was the show was, I want to say $20-30 a show, which it really depends. In the winter, it wasn't that bad. In the summer, when it got to 120. And you're inside that suit and
it's
you're
hard
sweating.
doing porn in the heat. I can't even imagine being inside of that suit.
And somewhere on my phone I have video of like the inside of that from my phone, and you see me just sweating, and you see my eyes starting to roll in the back of my head, just trying to go at it. It was so rough. But I can't
imagine being hungover.
Oh, well, you're hungover, you're just sweating everything. That suit smelled so bad because there's only 2 Raptor suits. And you're every 20 minutes someone's getting in there.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, so it's like every 20 minutes, a new guy's in there. So you have probably 8 or 9 guys throughout the day. But no, I think it's more than that.
Yeah.
In the suit.
And not everyone smells good. So
No. And then one guy ended up getting, what's that really bad skin fungus you can get? That like
scabies?
Not scabies or something like that. But one of the guys got that.
Ringworm?
It was worse than ringworm.
Oh wow.
Can't remember.
I don't know.
Huh? MRSA, there we go. Yeah,
okay.
Got MRSA, and he was in the suit, and then the one of the guys was like, "Yeah, get in there, it's fine." I was like, "Fuck you, dude." No. So I remember at one point I'm bleaching my skin because I'm just like, I don't want to get this. I have to go to set, man.
Oh my god.
I know, like we'd wrap our skin up with plastic and shit because it's like we had to get in this fucking suit. But, and you couldn't throw away a $10,000 suit.
No,
so
that's fucking rough. Yeah. So you were still working at Universal then when you first started in the industry?
Yeah, I was
about how long?
I was in porn and Universal for 3 years.
Wow.
I started at about the same time, to a point where I remember I think my second time going to AVN. A couple days before that, old name, not sure how everyone feels about this, but it's one of my stories. I think it's funny. Marcus Dupree saw me in the stand somewhere, and then I go to AVN. I remember Randy was with me, and it was me, Randy, Jake Adams, God bless your heart, bad buddy. And we're all sitting there talking, and then Marcus comes to me like, "Do I know you? Did you work at Universal?" And I'm like, I didn't know who he was. Like, no, I didn't. I was trying to keep things separate. And then Randy smacks me in the head. He's like, "Dude, that's like the gangbang king." I was like, "Oh, I don't fucking know, dude."
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, sure. Don't put me in a gangbang, bro. I don't want to do it.
Have you done a lot of those? Like when you first started, did you do a lot?
I did a lot more.
Yeah.
Back then, I did a lot of those. I did kink gangbangs. I did a lot of dog fart.
I feel like the gangbangs and blowbangs are a lot of the things that they shove a lot of the newer performers into.
I think I kind of got away with not doing as many, just because I smile a lot, and people like me.
Yeah, they're like, "Nah, you're too nice. Come here."
And also, it's like I love doing. I used to do gangbangs at like swinger parties. I used to do DPs at swinger parties. You get on set, man. They're fucking yelling at you, and they're like, and it's already a stressful enough environment. I'm like, I don't care, man.
Yeah.
Like, and now it's like I'm trying to minimize the stress in my life, so I'm just like, dude, fuck that. It's like unless I go get the shot, I don't want to fucking.
How old are you now?
33.
Okay. Yeah. I'm 31.
Oh,
I'm about to be 32 on Saturday,
look at you,
though.
Little kid. Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm super stoked. I'm going to Mexico, so
nice.
For my first time, should be fun.
Where?
Cancun.
Ooh, lovely. I went through Cancun to go to Tulum, and it was nice.
Nice.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it. Enough about me, though.
Oh, yeah.
So, what are your favorite type of scenes nowadays? Then, do you like passionate? Do you just like straight up gonzo? And
you know what I like when a girl likes to have sex.
Yeah.
I'm fucking. Dude,
isn't that terrible? We have to say that.
It's so terrible because it's like, dude, I've worked with, let's say a girl the other day, and and I was like, I give her the whole same spiel as I give everyone, which I fucking hate doing because I sound so repetitive day in, day out, saying the same shit. I always apologize to the directors and the like makeup artists. I'm like, you guys have to heard the same shit from me over and over, and then they're like, it's not just you, it's everyone.
Yeah.
But I give everyone the same thing, which is like, what do you like? What do you not like? What's this? What's that? Let's go with how it feels. And I'm like, this day's going to suck. Most of the time.
Or when they say, oh, I don't get off.
Yeah. It's like,
I don't like sex.
Oh, I just like money.
I'm like, wait a second. You don't even like to have sex and you don't even get off. Like, this must be a miserable experience for you.
Yeah.
Why are you doing this? I did not get into porn to like not have fun and like
I got into this job so I didn't have to work. I mean, it's like, dude, I've worked stressful jobs.
Yeah,
same. You know how easy stunts is now? Because I looked at anytime the day's going rough, anytime I feel even scared, I just look down at my dick. I'm like, don't fucking light me on fire, motherfucker. I'll jump out of what. You want to hit me with a car? Let's do it. I don't have to mind fuck myself into getting my dick up to the stupid bitch who doesn't like sex.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that stupid bitch. I'm not saying she's a bad person. She's willing to choose whatever she wants to do. I'm not talking shit on her. I'm just saying as a male performer, it makes it a little bit harder because I don't use a shot.
Yeah.
And Viagra doesn't work all the time. PSA from Nathan Bronson.
It's not a normal thing what you guys do as male performers. It's not a normal thing like, hey, here's this girl. You're not attracted to her at all.
Nah.
Get hard and have sex for 40 to maybe 50 minutes.
It's super weird when you get into that place and you're just like, really? Fuck it. It's even weirder when I've done like superhero rape scenes and I'm just like, I'm not into this. Watching movies where there's rape scenes freaks me out. I don't like it at all.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's the acting part of it or whatever, but I'm like, I can do them. I can do them fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, it's fucking weird.
Speaking of acting, you recently, I can't say the name of the movie, but there's a new series actually, another 8-part series that will be coming out for Wicked, and you were a starring actor in it, and I heard you're phenomenal.
I've done a solid 3 pages.
Yeah.
Wait, is it the one that
Seth directed?
The one. The one he's.
I believe you worked with Lexi. I seen a photo of you with with Lexi.
Okay. I was there. Yeah. I did I think no, I didn't even think it was 3 pages. It was 2 pages so far. I think my big days.
I heard you. Yeah, I heard that you did phenomenal. You're very eager to learn and happy to be there, and that does not go unnoticed. So.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
It was funny because I had that same day I had Axel and Seth come to me and was like, because they just finished the commercial for the one I did with Kenna and Seth, and they were like, "You were amazing," and I was just like this.
I watched it. It's fucking amazing.
But in my head, I was like, I didn't really have that many lines. I was just being a dick. And I was like, it didn't seem like that big of a deal, But I was like, I'm stoked. I guess that didn't work. I was like stoked that everyone's really likes it. But yeah, I was just like, I don't know, just enjoying doing that and trying my best, which is, I guess, more than most people do.
Yeah, which is really
which
sad.
Is not me being an asshole, but
it's true. Yeah,
I've gotten said like you're doing so good at something that I thought would just be something you did because because we do the same.
Wow, you're really clean. Your hygiene's great. I work with my body.
Yeah, it's like I brush my teeth. Thank you.
Like I don't understand. Like what's happening here?
Yeah.
No, I feel the same way. Like no matter what I'm doing, whether it be working in a film scene or if I'm doing another business venture or this podcast, like I put 100% into everything that I do.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, not everyone thinks that way or they're like that. And it's. I try to not let it disappoint me nowadays, but I used to get really pissed off about it.
Yeah. And I guess that makes sense because I think a lot of people come into this job looking for an easy out.
Yeah.
I think I don't want to put everyone under a bubble, but I think that's a lot of people come here for easy money or don't think this is going to be the easier job or think that I've put more fucking work into this stupid job. Oh, I'm trying to get my OnlyFans up more. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to do this. I'm trying to learn how to control my dick.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like just learning those things about your body or just like learning how to communicate with a person and actually taking the time to try to get to know them enough in a short span of time to make them at least be able to smile and maybe get wet to you.
Yeah.
It's like these are these skills you learn through doing this over and over and over. And it's just like some people don't even want to do that.
Yeah. It's
or
crazy.
just take a shower.
Prior to, getting in the industry, I was working in nursing and like I was working like 60 to 80 hours a week, like fucking miserable. Right. And like an actually hard job physically and mentally. And then I come to do this, not saying our job isn't hard because it is hard. But when I see people like no call, no show or show up like 4 hours late or show up high or drunk or whatever, it's like, really? Yeah. Like, come on. Is it that necessary?
It's like, did you guys ever leave high school? Come on.
Yeah. Like, come on.
It's got to be worse for you because you're sober now, right? Or you've been sober?
Yeah.
So it's like having someone with a whiskey breath has got to be a...
It's a turnoff for sure. Actually, I had a scene one time. The guy is now on my no list, but when I worked with him, he was drinking throughout the day a bottle of vodka out of his backpack when we were shooting, and I kept seeing him do it. And every time we would go to shoot, it was POV, so obviously I had to do all the work. But he's spitting into his hand and putting it on himself and trying to like stick it in me, and I'm like, no, dude, like you have alcohol all over you. And I'm not saying like I'll get drunk that way. I'm saying it's disgusting. I don't want like vodka all over inside of me and shit. It's disgusting. And then just the body odor too of like
alcohol.
When somebody's detoxing, you know what I mean? Like that's such a turn off. But as far as like people being drunk or high, like that doesn't bother me. It's just the aspect of like, can you just be sober for work and then go have fun? Like, that's what I used to do. Like, I got fucked up when I wasn't working. Yeah. Not saying that that was cool or anything by those means.
No, but like, again, it's like when you start this job and you do them for 7, it's like, there's definitely a period where it's like, you're going with that crowd, like, of getting wasted all the time, getting fucked up. And it's like,
it's old.
It's like, and not only that, but it's like most of the people I'm getting fucked up with are people I don't want to fucking be around anyway. Right? I think that's kind of ends up being the thing. It's like you're around a bunch of people that you don't really want to be around, and so drugs and alcohol are kind of like the easy way to be like, nah, you're fucking cool.
Yeah. And then like you're not, and you really start to realize like the true, honest friends in your life, you know, and real people who genuinely care about you, and they're genuine in general. And I feel like that to me was really amazing, when I first became sober. Of course, it was hard to be like, hey, I know we've hung out for the last couple of years and we can't hang out anymore, but you're kind of
because all you do
bringing me down here. Like,
all you guys do is go to bars.
Like it's not my jam anymore. Yeah, but it's pretty cool though once you realize like the genuine people. Like you have an awesome girlfriend, right?
Fiance.
Oh, you did propose?
Oh, yeah, I proposed.
The last time I seen you, you were about to propose. I think you guys were going to the UK?
No, Tulum.
Tulum? Okay. Yeah. I thought you were going to the UK to see your family.
No, that was my second time proposing to her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, first time I proposed to her maybe, 2 or 3 months after we started dating.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was like, I ain't letting this bitch get away. Fuck that.
Yeah. You were like, I know
you can't run, whore.
How did you meet her?
I met her Asian. Yeah. She's not a porn person.
Yeah.
But I saw pictures of her like years before. I remember I was dating this girl. And I was up in Santa Barbara. This is when I first got into the kitchen. Mm-hmm. I just got to stop being homeless, and because I got a job in the kitchen, was able to get a place, and I started dating this girl, and she was a seamstress for a pirate guild. And so I didn't understand this at the time, but one of her people that she looked up to was the girl I'm now with. But she was a seamstress, she was all goth and whatnot, and so she showed me pictures of her one day, and it was just this beautiful, gorgeous woman that I would never, I never thought I'd meet her. Yeah. Never in the wildest dreams. Fast forward, 8 years? I was 20. I think when I was out there, I was like 21. No, not even 8 years. I think it was like 5 years. But no, 7, 8, 7, something. Whatever. It doesn't matter. It was 3 or 4 years into porn. I'm at Avian. I'm at the Clips for Sale booth because nobody was giving me a booth at the time. So I was just trying to sell whatever.
We all started somewhere.
Yeah, and I'm like sitting there with a shirt off, just doing backflips. No one's talking to me. Fuck it. And this cackle of girls come over, and the 2 ones in the front are just drunk, and they're trying to make out with me. And I'm not sure if most of you guys know this, but as a man, when a girl wants to make out with you, you're like, yeah. As a performer, girls at a thing, they're trying to make out with everyone, and I'm like, go away. Yeah. And so I push this girl's face over, and I look through, and I see this woman right back here who's a little bit shorter, and I'm like, Kato? And she's like this, because now she's got her friend that was trying to make out with everyone.
Yeah.
And I push her face to the side, and I know who she is, and she's like, because apparently they came over to me just because she thought I was hot.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. That's like a full circle. Yeah. They're like, I thought you were hot like 8 years ago, but what's up?
Yeah, what's up? Yeah, I saw pictures of you, never thought I'd have you. But
did you ask her out?
No, I tried flirting with her for a little bit, but she was actually dating someone, so I ended up being friends with her and her guy, and like just hanging out with them. They were in a band. I did stunts for their music videos.
Oh, that's dope.
I named the band, but I'm sure you can find them at this point but they kicked her out, so I wouldn't care for them anymore. But
no promo to them.
Yeah, but they ended up breaking up, and I was trying to be like cool with both of them because I didn't want to do what ended up happening, which was, this. And I was like, but he never talked to me, and I was just kept messaging her, seeing how she's doing with the whole thing. And one day she said she was a little horny, and I'm like, well, what's up? How you doing?
Hey, you want to come over?
Yeah, I'm like, I will jump on this one as fast as possible. I am all about it. And we started hanging out. She didn't really want to make anything about it, but pretty suave, I guess. But I just kept being nice to her and just
You're a romantic guy.
Yeah.
I feel like you're a romantic person.
I am.
I get those vibes from
sometimes,
you. For like a good girl, and I'm sure your fiancé is a good girl.
She is.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make her a naughty bitch.
So, what does she do then? Is she in a different band now, or what does she do?
No, right now she has a company called Steam Girls.
Steam Girls.
Yeah,
okay.
which is like you probably know. Yeah, it was second to Suicide Girls for a long time. But unfortunately, because of OnlyFans, it kind of killed a lot of their business.
Mm-hmm.
But she does that. She's an entrepreneur. She was in a band. She does OnlyFans, but she doesn't really work with anyone really. Unless you guys want to oil up her tits, she's super down for that.
I love titties and I love ladies. So
I like them too.
What's up? What's her name? Kato.
Kato. Yeah.
What's up, Kato?
Yeah. Come get it.
Shout out to Kato.
Yeah. Right. But yeah, she just does a lot of different entrepreneurial stuff. She moved here from England, and
awesome.
Just kind of did really well for herself for being someone from another country and just fucking killing it right off the bat. So.
That's awesome. Do you think being with someone like Kato has really kind of changed your perspective on relationships? Because I know prior you didn't have that good of a time.
So this is something that I think people really get wrong, is they have one bad or multiple bad. I've had a lot of bad relationships.
Yeah.
I don't give up on the idea.
Yeah.
I've never given up on the idea of having a relationship and making it work, because there's 9 billion people in this world. I don't know if someone fact check that shit.
Something, yeah.
Yeah, some big number. And it's like to think that because the people in the inner area that you're at, which is in the Southern California area, are the people that work for you. No. I need to find someone who will work with me, and I will work with them. Will I change this? Will they change that? It's like, how can we do this to make our lives maximize our efforts,
Yeah.
So,
uplift one another.
Yeah, it's like, I'm trying to grow like a tree. I want you to be on it.
That's awesome.
And so
be on this tree, girl.
Yeah, get on this tree, girl. So it just takes a lot of time, especially in this job. As you know, it's like whether you date someone in this job or date someone out on the side of this job, people don't really trust you, and people don't really understand.
Yeah. There's in your opinion, what would you say is one of the biggest misconceptions about what we do, or our industry?
Make a lot of money. Misconceptions. I've heard a lot on the guy side that we get girls in sexual slavery kind of scenario.
Oh God.
I've heard that one. One that I'm gonna fuck anyone.
Oh yeah, that one's funny to me. I'm like, no.
Which I always thought was interesting. I mean, like, not that I wouldn't, but I know I won't. I have a little bit more standards now, because now it's not that I can fuck you. I don't give a fuck about your vagina. It doesn't mean anything. Are you a cool person?
Yeah, right.
That means a lot.
We're getting older now, so now we have a little bit more standards than a revolving door. Right. Now we're like,
just because
you gotta go through that metal detector first.
Just because you're young and have a vagina, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't care.
Other misconceptions.
Are you smart?
Yeah,
That's
are
what
you
I
smart? Are you too smart? No. But yeah, it's big misconceptions that all of us are stupid. All of us couldn't be doing other things. I could do a lot of other things. I mean, I've had other jobs before I came into this. I think that's probably the big one.
Do you miss being a chef?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, is every job comes with a downfall. This job has all of its downfalls, as you know. Being a chef came with insanely long hours, very little pay. And the ability to advance is a lot smaller. And not only that, it's like there's so little gratitude for it. I would spend hours and hours. I'd get there early before people did. I fucking cooked my ass off so everyone didn't have to. So I'd get out earlier. We could all get out early. And so I'd do that day in, day out. I'd create new menus. I'd create new food items. It's like you do that. And you hate everyone that works with you, because they all hate you because you're at the top. Because when you're at the bottom, you hate everyone up the top. When you're at the top, you hate everyone because they don't understand what you're doing. It's like, And so
no matter what, there's haters.
Yeah. And I miss it all the time because when you got into porn, you don't have a plan. There's no plan. Cooking, got there in the morning, here's the menu. Or here's what I got to cook today. And it's just knock it out as fast as possible. I go to work every day now and I don't know whether I'm going to work or not.
Exactly. And that's what I try to tell people a lot is like, that's one very hard thing about our job. Like, it's not guaranteed.
Oh, wait. Going back to what is the misconception about our job?
Yes.
Better one.
Yes.
That every girl wants to fuck you. Yeah. Every guy wants to get this like, oh, I want to fuck all the girls. Do you? Do you? Now you don't. Now you fucking don't. I can name some people that you jerk off to that you would never want to fuck. I'm not bitter. But yeah, no, it's definitely something you miss. And also a little bit of the camaraderie.
Yeah.
One of the things I like about stunt work and in the kitchen is you push to do something and you all have to work together to do it. Whether you hate these people or not, you all had to work together to do it. In stunts, I have to trust most people with my life. You know, it's if I'm doing a fire burn, it's like I have to be on fire, and if these guys don't put me out, I mean, I can roll out, but that's still like the fuel's on me, so it might stay. You know.
Yeah.
In porn, there is no camaraderie.
It's cutthroat, and I will say I was very disappointed at the XBiz Awards this year. How every time when the nominees were called on the screen and stuff, no one would clap. And then when people would win, there would hardly be clapping. Everybody was just like talking while people were accepting awards. I just think that's really sad because Avian and XBiz are the two things for us where we can all come together and like unite as one. We already have all of society basically against us. Like, why can't we just all root for one another? Even if there's 90% of the people winning these awards you hate, like, just clap. Like, being kind goes a long way.
I clapped for my ex.
Like, it just doesn't make sense to me, but not a lot of things do, I guess.
Right. Well, hey, shout out to Anna Fox, by the way, for winning all those fucking awards. Get it, girl.
Yeah, she swept.
Yeah, man, she fucking cleaned house, dude.
I know. I was like, damn.
Dude, I saw her as we left a little bit early, and as we're walking out, Anna Fox was running out of there, and she's just like, she's yelling at the person picking her up. She's like, I finally got an award for eating pussy. You know, like,
I fucking love her, dude. She's so hilarious.
She's still a person I've never worked with.
Really?
Never worked
with
her.
She's awesome. Yeah. Like, I love, like, she'd be like how we are on set. Like, we just joke around and laugh the whole time. Like, her and I, like, just crack the fuck up all day long. It's funny.
Yeah, she seems super. I mean, I've met her a handful of times. We've talked all the time. She's always awesome.
It's a very energetic, like, outgoing person. Yeah. And it's a very infectious
which is nice to have on set, isn't it?
Right?
Oh,
I know. I'm like, I wish I could have that all the time.
Oh, dude, there's a handful of people, don't you just really enjoy working with? Oh my God. So
and then there's the handful that I wish would never step foot again. And
why do you even agree to working with me? Weird.
I mean, there's even some people too, like on the crew side, they're just miserable. And I'm just like, nobody's holding a gun to your head.
Yeah.
Why are you here? Yeah, like there's other things you can do.
Yeah.
Like I was just on set filming the other day. I had a threesome with it was me and two girls, and one of the guys on set was getting pissed off because the three of us were laughing. Like, we were laughing because there was some really funny like shit being said and stuff. Yeah. We were just laughing, having fun, and he was so angry. He's like, let's fucking go. What's going on? Like, freaking out. I'm like, okay.
Sorry, buddy.
Yeah, I was like, no one have fun, okay? Like, you're not allowed.
We're about to fuck. This is not that serious.
I said to him, I was like, I'm sorry, but, like, I did not get into porn to be miserable. Yeah. Like, I want to laugh and have fun. If you don't, like, you should probably, like, exit. Like, seriously.
That's what I tell people all the time. It's like, dude, I didn't come to this job to fucking be miserable. If I want that, I'll go back to the kitchen, dude. And
right?
I, like, at least
it's not that serious either. Like, everybody takes everything very seriously.
It's like, if you want to be serious, you know what you should do? Look at all the names of our pornos and just try to not just be like, say anything with knowing that's a cum font. What is that? Stepsister 3, Big Bush Embraces. Ooh.
Yeah. Like, I'm like, what? Like, some of the titles. I remember there was this one orgy I was in. Actually, I think Quasar directed it for Zero, and it ended up being called Mothers and Brothers. volume like 7 or some shit like that. But I was like laughing
Was
my
it
ass
White
off.
Chicks and Black Guys?
Yeah. But we were all like playing like moms or whatever. It was so dumb. I was like, Jesus Christ.
They just sweeping the bottom of the barrels with these fucking names.
No, the worst is like, I think the dog fart DVD titles, if you look at those.
Those are bad.
Like there's one that's called The Rapper Who Fucked My Crapper. I was like, what?
Guys, just take a second and really just soak that in. It's that hits you in ways that only like, I don't know, a Lincoln Address or Dog Fart could do. It's
very artistic. I was when I heard that, I was like, wow. I think the person who invented this title can probably walk on water, because I mean, that's just gold.
You struck gold.
Yeah.
Every time. It's like, oh. I mean, I think that goes right along the way of a dog fart. So that's just, I mean, whether or not we want to say that's a great company or not, that's a hell of a name. Hell of a name.
Right? I know. I remember when I first worked for them, I never even heard of them. And I first worked for them, and I seen their info on my call sheet, and I was like, oh, that's got to be like a misspelling.
No.
And I went to set, and I was like, is the company's name really Dog Fart? They're like, yeah. I was like, oh, okay. What?
Like, you guys trying to do a play on words? It's and it's like Dog Fart, the best in interracial porn. I'm like, what does that have to do with that? Like.
Anyway, moving on from the exciting titles. So you're wearing your parkour shirt. I want to hear about this parkour. When did you start doing it?
Parkour, I started doing that shit. Let's see.
You're very talented. I've watched some of your videos.
Oh, no, I'm not a piece of shit. The problem is I train with like stunt people that almost went to Olympics.
Oh, wow.
So no matter how
you're comparing yourself.
Yeah, no matter how good I am at things, I'm around people who are 1,000 times better, and it just makes
That's
you
amazing though. Like me personally, I want to be around people who want to do better and be better, or are better, or they're more intelligent.
Oh no,
you know
100%.
What I mean?
That's who I want to be around.
Yeah, that's amazing.
But at the same time,
you're like,
it
damn
still keeps you like it's like my idea on porn. I still think I'm a piece of shit here, where I'm like, anytime someone says I'm doing good, I'm like, am I? I can't
really.
I can't control my dick. So like, are you a good actor? I'm like, really? So same thing with like parkour. I don't get to put enough time into it as I want, so I don't feel like I'm doing good. I'm not doing. I just threw a double front the other day, but it was off a diving board into a pool, and I barely landed. It's just also something I haven't tried to do in a long time.
Yeah.
So like putting the practice into parkour is something I wish I could do more often, but because I'm trying to do as much as I can while my body still can do it.
Yeah.
Because people are like, oh, you could, you're never too old. But unfortunately with parkour,
you're like,
you can.
You are.
And I just went to England to go watch this thing called World Chase Tag, which is, I never thought as a full grown adult I was gonna say I would travel all the way to fucking England to watch people play tag. But if you guys want to check that out, it's fucking amazing. It's a bunch of parkour people who built like a 20-foot by 20-foot little course with bars and everything, and they play tag. And I saw one guy break his shoulder. I saw one guy almost get scalped.
It's like the X Games for playing tag.
Yeah, it's really dope. And one of the things we're going to try to do is next year, we're going to see if we can make a team and actually go do it, because in the last couple of years, I found out I really need challenges in my life.
You think doing parkour is like an outlet for you, like kind of like helping with like your mental health stuff, because you're kind of just like letting go?
100%. It is that, but it's also a stressful thing, because porn takes up so much of my time. It takes way too much of my life to just do the job, and I also have this hard thing of not saying no to work. So I want to put more time into training. I want more time into this. I want more time into that, and I have too many fucking hobbies.
Yeah.
Whether that's going to doing tactical training, archery, cooking, parkour, fireburn, stunts, porn, content. The list is endless. Flying the drone, working on cameras. Now I start directing and doing this and that.
Yeah.
Thank God I have really bad ADD, or else I couldn't do all these things.
Yeah.
Trying to get back into skydiving, and I
love skydiving.
Yeah, it's so great, and I just don't have the fucking time.
Yeah.
So yeah, parkour is a great outlet for it. When I can train. But I also did a parkour competition a couple months back, and I think I ripped a muscle in between my in my groin. I guess that'd be where it is. And so it's been a slow grind trying to get that not to hurt when I run.
Oh, okay.
And so yeah, I did I climbed this, I think it was 10-foot tall wall, got on top, and then I side flipped over this gap that was 10 foot down to another gap that was about 5 feet down, and then I front flipped off that.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and so
do you ever think, or do you try not to think about like getting really injured and not being able to perform like in porn? Does that thought ever cross your mind, or you try to blank it out?
I have this uncanny ability to not think about those things. That may have been because I've hit my head too many times when I was young. But it's never I mean, I've had people come up to me like, dude, you gotta work. I'm like, yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, I love that. I wish that I could be more like that.
Well, I mean, for girls, it's a little bit tougher because you guys can't get bruises.
Yeah.
I had a fucking massive bruise on the side of my hip from training for Grindr.
Yeah.
Not the app. It's a movie. It's a porn movie with guys and girls. Let's just make that really clear. It's coming out soon. I do a scene with Lily Bell and
Hold, please. Vanna Bardot?
Vanna Bardot. I knew. Oh God, that's a lot. Shit. Oh.
It's okay.
Yeah, we'll scratch that out.
We were thinking about parkour. We weren't thinking about
parkour. I was thinking about vaginas.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's like I was working on a half pipe and I board just slipped out from under me. It slammed into my hip and my hip bone went straight to the muscle. And I go into a scene. The first thing we're doing is spoon just on this hard surface. And so this bruise came up, but no one seemed to care because I'm a guy. So as long as the dick works, I don't give a fuck.
Oh, that just sucks.
Yeah, it's not great. But yeah, no, parkour is definitely a great outlet, and I just wish I could train more and do more on that. Just keep working on building the muscles in my knees and my body just to keep doing that. We've been doing a lot of sled training as of lately to help build the muscle in my ankles and my knees.
That shit's rough. Do you go backwards too, or just
forward?
Yeah.
No, we've been doing this one where it's about 30 feet, and you pull it, then drag it, then pull it, then drag it, and then you sprint down the other side. And while the other person is doing that, you're timing them, but then you're holding a 95-pound bag on your shoulders and timing the other person, just walking around with them.
Wow, that's fucking impressive.
Yeah.
I'm guessing for to kind of train too, do you have to do more of like CrossFit type workouts?
See, I do a lot of CrossFit workouts because we ended up building this whole gym at my house, and so I have almost all the stuff. But does it help? It gets me bigger. My body just wants to put on that muscle mass.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say that it helps. It helps a little bit with the explosiveness, but the things that really help are just like plyometrics. But also working on those because CrossFit makes you want to go heavy and makes you want to do things that are more gnarly because it helps the ego. You know, I want to go faster. I want to do this. I want to go harder. And I'm not saying anything bad about CrossFit because I love doing it. But it does make you want to go faster than the other person. But for parkour, one of the things besides just training parkour is working on those little fine muscle groups. Like people who do Ninja Warrior know this really well, which is we're trying to build those little muscle groups, you know, when you're climbing, when you're like popping up with your ankle. And building those up really help because it's those little injuries that fuck you up, you know?
And keep you out for quite a while.
Yeah.
What was the worst injury you've ever gotten?
Collarbone. Visually, it was the worst. But honestly, I've never broken a bone in my life.
That's awesome.
So I'd say worst, I had, was it this one or this one? Is this one? A day before I had to go to a scene for, I think it was Cheetah Lounge. It was the first time ever working with them too. I was doing a Muay Thai class, and then I was like, Muay Thai class was done, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna work on some flips, you know, and it's on the nice, like kind of cushion, kind of not hard floor of a Muay Thai gym, and I threw this thing called a cork. Have you ever seen a soccer player like kick a ball over his shoulder and so they kind of do a flip? So think of that, but with a twist.
Okay.
So that's a cork, and I threw it. I threw it too low and far out, and so I landed straight on my shoulder. My collarbone popped out of place. So.
Oh God.
Yeah. So at the time I was working at Universal Studios, and that was very helpful because I had a sports doctor there. I just called her my doctor because I didn't have insurance at the time. So anytime I was like, "Hey, what's this rash look like?" She's like, "I'm not that kind of doctor." I'm like, "Shut up, just fix it."
You're like, "You're my fucking MD. What are you talking about?" You're my family doctor.
Funny enough, she found out what I did, and she's like, "I'm praying for you."
Oh God.
Yeah. I was like, "I love you too." Yeah, so I popped my collarbone out of place. But on the upside, because both of them are popped out of place, one from when I was in a band, I did a stage dive straight to cement, and this one was from doing a cork. So now my, I forget what this muscle's called, look fucking jacked all the time.
Your traps?
I think so.
Are those your traps?
Yeah, right here.
Yeah.
Because the bone's supposed to look like that,
yeah,
right? And
yeah.
I broke the cartilage, not the bone. So now it's like that.
Yeah.
So on both sides, like that.
You're like, I'm just jacked as fuck.
I'm just jacked as fuck, bro. I'm just swole. And so, yeah, I broke those. And then the next day I had to go to a set, and my arm's in a sling. And they're like, can you not wear the sling? I'm like, yeah. And so here's the problem. Moving my arm to here was not happening. Moving to here, not happening. And I was wearing this shirt, right? Mm-hmm. And I don't know, it was Jenna Fox. It was Ember Snow. I can't remember the other girl. But it was 3 girls, and there was a group of people, and they're like, we're having a party, and I was like, they were all nerds who were like, we need to suck his dick to find out what this thing is, because we're nerds, or whatever the fuck it was. And so I'm like, so guys, this is what's going to happen, because this is a tight shirt. So when it gets to the point where we need to take this off, you follow the girls to the couch, and they're going to be like,
just cut it the fuck off.
And no, then I'm going to get one of the girls who were help, or who are just the, what the fuck is it called?
PA?
When they're just in the shoot, but they're not
extra.
Yeah, extras.
Yeah.
God, my brain's stupid. I had one of the extras pull the shirt off, and this means for the first time, I had to put my shoulder or my hand above my head.
Yeah.
And so what happened was I was like, and just started crying. They ripped the shirt off there.
I would have had them fucking
back up and
cut
went
it
back
off.
in. No.
Wow. That's a pro right there. That's a pro.
Yeah. And then I felt bad because it took me a second to come in that seat, but I was in so much pain the whole time.
Oh my God, you should never feel bad. Isn't that bad though? Like, it's like you're going through all this fucking pain. You're like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm about to come.
Oh, dude, every time, dude. I remember one of the first times I came. Or no, this is when I came to set, and I didn't know I was supposed to be there. It was a dog fart scene. Funny enough. And I didn't know I was supposed to be there. Randy calls me and he's like, dude, where are you? I'm like, dude, I'm not supposed to work till the next day. He's like, no, you're supposed to be on set now. I'm Ubering. I'm down in Malibu. We have to be at what's that fucking house? Over in Woodland Hills. I'm like, fuck. And I fly there. I didn't have Viagra. I didn't have clothes. And I get there, and I'm freaking out because I don't like being late to set. I don't like being late to work.
Yeah.
And I go in, and I'm just like looking at everyone. I'm like, and like, dude, everyone's already there. Everyone's in the clothes. They've already kind of shot some stuff, and I'm like freaking out. He's like, calm down, don't worry. I'm like, that's not gonna help me.
Yeah, I hate that.
We get in there, and
don't tell me to be calm.
Yeah, and it was the first time dick didn't work at all, and I have to go through this whole gangbang just pushing rope, and we get to the end, and I'm just trying to get some kind of anything there. And he's like, if you don't come, you don't get paid. I'm like,
I'm coming.
I'm done. It's like now I just wasted my day. And I remember going home and drinking a lot, because that was the first time that's happened, in a scene. And I was like,
obviously being married to a male performer, he's been doing it for 16 years.
You're married to a male performer?
Yeah, but so he's been doing it 16 years. So obviously, he's had bad days too. And I remember one time he came home and he had a really, really bad day like that. And he was just so upset. And I'm like, it's all right. It's okay. It's not okay. Yeah. I can't understand that feeling, because I'm not a man, but I have gained compassion for it, because it was probably extremely, emasculating or just embarrassing in general. And that's your name, and also that just you on the line in general in front of tons of other people, and you don't want to look shitty. And also, this is so fucked up, and I will say this, I don't even care. It is so fucked up to me. What you guys do is not a normal thing, and when guys have bad days, people talk shit about it.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Who cares they had a bad day?
Yeah, the only way
it's so messed up.
The only way I found around getting people to talk shit on me, and I think this has really helped, because I've in my head, I only remember the bad days. It's the one thing that sticks in my head every day. It's like you always just go to work and just try to get that out of my head. Try to get it out of my head. The only thing that's really helped is the fact that anytime I fuck up, I'm not blaming the girl.
Yeah.
Even if it was her fault, I'm not blaming her. Not only that, but even if my dick doesn't work half the time, I usually tell the director, I'm like, you pay me half, or you don't pay me at all. Because I'm like, dude, if I came to work and I was a construction worker and I didn't bring my fucking tools,
Yeah.
You shouldn't pay me. If you're a guy in this job and you think you deserve money, if you didn't come or you couldn't get your dick up, go fuck yourself, dude. That's 100% there. It's like there's plenty of times where it's like if I took too long to come, I feel bad. And I've seen guys who come to set and they're like, I'm not coming. I'm like, what? You can do that? Dude, I had people screaming at me.
Yeah.
Like just fucking yelling at me. And I'm probably not even that as bad because I came in at a time where it wasn't even as bad as the guys before me, you know?
Yeah.
Guys who didn't even have Viagra. But there's times where I've taken 6 Viagra and shit didn't work.
Yeah. And then you get like fucking sick.
Yeah.
You're,
and then
like,
I'm sick and I'm like,
and your eyes are watering.
Just, you know, fucking horrible. And it's like, and you try these things to just whatever it takes to make the job work. The one time I shot my dick up, I ended up having a boner for 15 hours, ending in the hospital, and then I had to go do a kink at 4 a.m. I got out of the hospital and got to kink gangbang at 10 with a bruise on the side of my dick, telling Aiden Starr, I'm like, oh, sorry. And then they all laughed at me, and I was like, yeah, it happens. And then as I'm trying to do the scene, now the bruise spreads around my dick. They end up having to cut me out of the whole scene because every angle I was in, just my dick looked like shit, dude. It looked like someone beat it with a fucking hammer.
Oh my God. That sucks.
Yeah.
You're like, oh man.
Yeah, I was like, whatever.
What the fuck can I do at this point?
Yeah, it's like I'm like I should have just not came to set, but also it was like I took the shot because I was trying to see because I was nervous about doing one because I had to call out on one of her scenes and she's not a very forgiving person. And so I had to call out everyone's scenes because I got an audition for the Avatar movies. Like the big ones. And it was going to be 3 years contracted for stunts. Yeah. So I got to try. And so I finally got a redo with her and I was like I wanted to anchor the whole time but I was just stressing myself out. So I tried the shot the day before. Yeah.
I feel like
I got it from not a doctor, but I got it from a guy who I'm not sure how the shit works.
If you get it from a doctor and you get the correct dosage for yourself, and you know obviously you learn how to use it safely. It's good. It's not like oh it's good do it like it's good like it that way, but getting it another way like.
From another performer who gave me whatever he uses, and I'm like, oh, that seems right.
Yeah. Hey, man, sorry. That wasn't even Caverjack I gave you. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, that was just something. Your dick is straight hard, bro. And now I'm at it was
actually meth, man. Sorry.
Oh, fucking sweet.
You're like, what? Bath salts?
Oh, my God. I didn't try to eat anyone's face.
So I am just curious, what do you do? Because you said you have, did you say ADD or ADHD?
Yeah, probably both.
Okay, so you have both of those, and you said you do like a million different things. Yeah. How are you able to balance everything and like make sure like you on like a mental health aspect of things is taken care of so that you're able to be good for yourself? And for, your fiance and all that jazz.
I hate myself a lot. That really helps. Well, I have a therapist. We've been going over that. And I think if you're in this job and you don't have a therapist, you need one. Also, a puppy or some kind of dog. I don't think a cat's good because a cat feels like every girl that's on set with me.
Your fiance has a Frenchie, right?
No, Boston's.
Oh, Boston.
She's got 2 Bostons.
They look like Frenchies.
But I got a miniature schnauzer named Puddles.
Oh.
Yeah, she's my favorite.
So cute. Puddles.
Yeah, and I didn't get a dog for a long time just for the fact that I was like I was going back and forth from Vegas like every day, and I was like I can't have a dog. Now I don't go to Vegas very often. It's fucking awesome. I hate Vegas.
I hate Vegas so much. And the people that live there like move here. It's awesome. Yeah. You just want people to be here. There's nobody here.
And I'm like there's like nothing about that place besides buying guns. Besides that, I don't really. There's nothing about that really attracts me. But I got a puppy, and that has been so helpful because when the scene goes bad, or the girl on set hates me, or even my lady's mad at me, it doesn't matter. That dog is stoked to see me every time.
So stoked.
Dogs
are seriously the best. I love my fucking dogs.
Like
you walk in the door and they're like, "Fuck yeah!"
Yeah, like let's
every
go.
Time.
It's great.
Every time they love you and they're so excited to see you. Yeah. That's like the best feeling ever.
It's very helpful.
How old is your mini schnauzer?
6 or 7 months.
Puddles.
I got her in November.
Yeah.
We got her after November. She got her for Christmas. But yeah, she's great. She's been a severe help for me.
What color is she?
Black and white.
Oh.
Sweet beard, sweet eyebrows.
I love their beards.
Oh, it's so nice.
I had a mini schnauzer for a little while during like COVID, when we were on like quarantine lockdown, but where I had got her from, I don't know if she was like abused or what was happening, but she was literally untrainable. Like I took her to like a professional trainer and paid thousands of dollars, and like she was just insane, screaming all the time,
and their bark is rough.
Oh god, it was bad. Like I would walk her and it would be like like 24/7, and I'm like, I can't, like I just can't do this. I would have to wait for certain periods of the day to be able to walk her to like and hurry up and make sure there's nobody around. Like she would bark at people and animals, and it was hard. But
they're just by a breed, they are very protective. They are very unaware. Like it takes like 10 minutes to get them used to people. Yeah. But their bark is just so rough. Luckily, mine only barks when people come to my house.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like when my dogs come when someone's at the door.
I know, because my dad we used to train ulcer dogs for CNI dogs. My dad's trained dogs for like finding drugs and whatnot. So I lived in a family where we trained dogs. Yeah. Unfortunately, again, because of the job, I don't have enough time to train her the way I'd want to. But yeah, that's one thing I would definitely get rid of, is that ability, and I'm still working on that. So
yeah,
but mental health wise, it seems to help. But yeah, how do I deal with that mental health problem? Still working that out, because this job gives me a bunch of new barriers to jump over every day, and lots of things to think about, and lots of interesting thoughts that sneak into your head that you wouldn't have unless you did this for a living.
What's the most common one for you?
Just looking at someone who doesn't want to be there and knowing that I can still get it up to fuck them. It's like, it's a fucking weird, dark feeling that be able to do that. For example, this isn't something I was talking to my therapist about. I did a scene for, I'm not going to say the company, but it was a group of guys that I really like. It was right after quarantine, and this was for a very big agency who just got this girl on. It was her third scene. And we're going about the day, and she's doing great with dialogue, right? And I remember at lunch, she's in by herself, and I was like, hey, what's going on? She's like, oh, nothing. So, hey, this isn't a really big company, right? It's like, it's a big one. It's a big one. She's like, not a lot of people are going to see this. I'm like, what do you mean not a lot of people? Sorry, did your agent not tell you that everyone you know is going to see this? And it just got to this weird spot where she's like, I had explained to her that everyone she knows is going to see this. Yeah. Everyone in the world, everyone you've ever met is going to watch this. Isn't that
weird? Because you would think like that would be like a common like thing that someone would know, but like I always have to make that known too when people ask questions.
You think that not a lot of people watch porn because people say they don't watch porn. Everybody watches porn. Yeah. And it basically ended up, you see, like, I thought I talked her up in a good way. I was like, but on the upside, this person's going to make you a lot of money. You can do real good. You're very pretty. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah. If you don't want people to see porn you're about to act in, you shouldn't even be there. 100%.
And
like, don't do something where you're on film.
Yeah. And then we got into the scene, and it was the most shitty I've ever felt about doing a scene. This girl didn't move. She didn't make a sound when she kissed me. It was like this.
Oh,
it was that, and
like I got, you felt like you were just like fucking raping someone.
Yeah, and I got through it because I kept looking at the crew. I'm like, I'm doing this for, I'm not doing this for you guys. I'm not doing the scene, but I'm like, as long as you can think of it like a job. Yeah. You can look at this and like compartmentalize it. It's like, I'm doing this because we all stuck it out all day. We've got through 80% of the day, and this is the last bit. I'm not about to make it so we all lose money, kind of thing, you know? But when you look at it in a different light, like, how did she feel? How does this? It doesn't make you feel good, and it's very strange that I can compartmentalize that, because that's not something a lot of people can do. And be able to put yourself in that spot where it's like, wow, how did she feel? Even though she said yes before, she said yes after, she agreed to everything, she signed the paperwork, but she's still there doing that. And it's like a very weird thing to kind of, when you slow yourself down enough to actually think about it. Now I know you've dealt with enough times, because girls don't always like to do girl.
No, and I'm at the point in my career now where if I notice that someone is, saying that or acting like that, and then I ask them and they admit to that, I just will be like, I'm going to go home. Yeah. Because it's not worth it for me. The dollar amount is not worth, putting a film out there where someone is not genuinely into this. Yeah. And, I'm just like, I'm into it. Like I'm pansexual. Like I love any gender. It doesn't matter. But like I really love pussy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's, I don't know. Like I never want to put content out there where I feel like that.
And I agree, but there's still that part, I think, for at least guys, and where there's only so many of us. You know? It's
guys.
And so it gets to a point when you're a trusty guy for that crew, and you almost have to think that way. It's you have to think of it like you're the lighting guy, you're the camera guy. You can't think of it as the way it's like this is sex. You know, it's like I have to be there to get us home in time, because when it comes down to it, no matter how much shit they talk, it's kind of up to us to do the job and make sure we're out of there in a timely fashion. Yeah, we're in, we're out, we're good.
I do agree with that, and then I also do agree on the other spectrum of things of like, when someone's not into it, you can tell when you watch the film. When I see a trailer for something, I'm like, oh, they're miserable. Like you can just tell. You know what I mean? So that sucks.
I definitely have. I've done 1 or 2 scenes when I first started where a girl definitely looks Sandy barred out, and after that I was like, nah, I ain't doing this shit no more.
That's
so
rough.
If she even looks like that, I'm fucking out. You know?
Yeah, that's rough. Yeah. Woo, that was one of my things I was addicted to. Okay, well, I guess our time is up.
Oh no.
Can you please share with everyone your social media links, your OnlyFans, and anything you want to promo that you have coming out?
Oh, fuck yeah.
All that jazz.
Because since we had such a heartwarming conversation, hey guys, so you can find me at Twitter, Nathan_Bronson, and you can find me on Instagram, Nathan Bronson 6.6.6. You can find me at OnlyFans at Nathan Bronson. You can find me at all things if you just Google my fucking name, Nathan Bronson. But if you guys want to check out some cool shit that's still trying to do okay, because nobody cares about porn guys as they do about porn ladies, because tits are awesome. Go to my YouTube.
Tits are awesome.
Tits
that's
are
not
awesome.
true.
No, tits are awesome.
Go on.
No, I was saying
your YouTube channel's awesome.
Thank you.
Yes.
It's still a work in progress because I keep having to find different camera guys. But go check out Hanging with Nathan or Cooking with Nathan, because now it's 2 separate entities where I bring people on, I cook for them, and I interview them, which it may be changing in the future to where I teach people to cook or something like that and just make it a podcast.
Wow. That would be fun. I know how to cook well with an air fryer now, but that's about it.
Well, it's going to be fun when you come on the 9th or the 8th. I think that's the day we scheduled out for you.
Something.
Yeah. So we just got to figure out what you want to eat.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Well, guys, give Nathan a follow. And everyone, I hope that you enjoyed this episode. If you did, give it a thumbs up. To like it, comment, subscribe, and to just the audio listeners on Spotify, Apple, and wherever else, give Nathan a follow. Check out his YouTube channel, Hanging with Nathan, Cooking with Nathan. Check out some awesome parkour videos.
Oh, yeah. Also, if you go to Instagram and look up Trashbox SPP, that's where we're going to be putting all these stunt stuff that I do. So
awesome. Yeah, I seen a cool fire video, so that was pretty cool.
Lots of fire.
But yeah, I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much, Nathan.
Bye, guys.
Bye.